Yes, and welcome to Vasily's Nightmare, folks. How are we going? We haven't been in this little courtyard for a while because it's been infested by Lebanese cress. Now, Lebanese cress, for those who don't know, runs rampant, and if you're going to grow Lebanese cress, make sure you give it at least half an acre space because it will take over your garden. Now, I had it all taken out. It was literally 2/3 of this garden bed covered in Lebanese cress, and it had grown through the English box all the way through to the other side and almost over the top of the English box. So, got it all taken out. And what we found underneath is a really dry environment because we haven't been looking after this garden for a long time, and I haven't been in here. So what we've started doing already now is composting, but let me show you the soil underneath. In fact, it's dirt. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering what's going on here, folks, it's not a rude gesture. It's me being silly with the secateurs. I was cutting back the tarragon and thought, well, I wasn't excited enough about that, so I thought, let's make it a bit more challenging. So I took a little bit of my finger off at the end too. I can't show you now, but it's, yeah, a little bit of a fingernail as well, by the way, so a little bit of a silly somewhere in there, composting away now. But this is the soil that we're dealing with. Look at this underneath. It's just dirt. It's lifeless, and in fact the oregano's on its last legs was on it because we're going to bring it back to life. Tough as nails it is. I mean, you can cut it down and shave it down, it'll come back up, but more so what's happened here is the kumquat, a standard kumquat. Now if you reflect back and if you've been following me for a while, this kumquat tree was really full. It was a topiary form, beautiful, full of fruit and all things like that, but we had a lot of high winds. Even with the hedge, it still got beaten up pretty hard. And have a look at that. It's wobbling because the soil's dry and it hasn't taken, well, it has taken, but parts of the roots have dehydrated and died off. So that's why we had it tied up. But I've mentioned about tying up in the past. Double ties like this, opposite ends are great, but a triple in a triangular formation is better because see here, we've got wobble going on. We need to fix that up. So I can't just put one stake there because we've got it opposite ends and one on that side. In this case here, it'll have to be one on opposite side to make a 4-point tie. So we have it completely stabilized before we start irrigating here. So what we're going to do now is finish off composting this area here. This is the compost we're using, and then I'm going to also add our planting mix on top. We're going to leave the drip system underneath there so we can hydrate it and keep it going for a long period, so we've got a slow moisture going through, but we're also going to hydrate over the top so we can get the moisture going through from the surface with the mulches, which is going to be on top. But this bed's going to be turned into a blueberry bed with a little bit of oregano, and maybe this will hang around a little bit longer, the tarragon. We'll see how we go with it. But I think blueberries will be delicious in here. They need a bit of protection. It's going to be nice and warm for them. And I've got 8 pots here, 4 different varieties, and I haven't got the labels on them. They've just got a generic one here telling us it's a blueberry, but you can see quite obviously how different they are in their growing habits. So they're deciduous, already setting fruit on here, even though there are only in a 5-inch pot. We're going to have some great blueberries to pick off here. I've got 8 plants so far, but I reckon I can get a few more in here. Oh, we have got names on the back of them. I haven't got my glasses on. So this is called Blue Rose. Oh, this hasn't got a label. Give me a second. I'm excited now. Blue Rose. This isn't going down too well, is it now? Bright Well. That means a lot to me. At the end of the day, we're going to get some decent bushes, 8 plants, maybe we can get another 2 or 3 in here, and we'll space them out deliciously all over the place like that, because it'll be the perfect combination of growing acid-loving plants, as these are, with the kumquat tree or plant here that we have in the middle here. It's a topiary. At the moment it's a half-dead one. And watch this space because we're going to bring it back to life. If you've got an unstable plant, in all seriousness, folks, you really need to stake them up properly. And that's what I've got to finish off doing with this one here, see if we can bring it back to life. It's still holding on, but the yellowing of the stem is a concern there because that's basically showing you that it's on its way out. But if we can get some moisture back into it, it should revitalise. And it may be the case where it suckers up from below here or along the stems that we start removing some of the top part there. But the blueberries, blueberry bed. I don't know what else is going to go in there. Have a look at it. This is the before, and God help us, we're going to clean this bed up too. So yes, Vasily does have a couple of beds that need a little bit of extra attention, folks. Rip them out, pull out the weeds by hand, don't go spraying herbicides, and that's what we had to do in there. No sprays, ripping them out, that is. Compost over the top, and you can see from what it was, this is what it looked like, and this is our sage, or you could say our salvia bed, because we've got a few salvias growing in here as well. We're just going to clean this up and hydrate it, because that's what it needs. Get the water back on here, but we don't want to irrigate it until the weeds come out. But what's doing really well is the mandarin tree. So I am blessed with that, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because it might go backwards on me. So my mandarins, oh yeah, juicy as. Oh, they are juicy. I thought I was going to lie about that, but they are juicy. Look after your citrus and look after your garden. This thing's natural. Oh no, oh no. That's not looking after your garden. I'm in trouble. Look after your citrus, folks, especially look after your garden when it gets weedy. Get in there, because that's what we're doing at the moment. Revitalising them with compost, planting mix, and definitely lots of water. And keep your dogs out of the garden bed as well. Right, Essie, this hurts.